So 2 years ago, the Minnesota Timberwolves qualified for the playoffs through the NBA's play-in tournament, and they celebrated like they won a title. Pat Bev specifically was going crazy, and the NBA world got on their head for this. Like, they got clowned, calling them a poverty franchise, and a whole lot more. I mean, obviously, none of it was really that serious, but we ain't gonna fake it. T-Wolves fans was getting dumped on. But fast forward to present day, not only did the T-Wolves successfully win a playoff series, but they did it in a sweep. That's tough. I know some Timberwolves fans personally, and they are on cloud 9 right now. Just as they should be. I mean, it's crazy. They swept what was supposed to be a super team in the Phoenix Suns. They won their first playoff series since 2004, a time when they had Kevin Garnett. And they're led by an easy top 10 NBA player, soon to be top 5 the way it's looking, with Jordan's offspring, Anthony Edwards. Come on now. You don't even gotta be a Timberwolves fan to be happy for their franchise. Unless you a Suns fan, you probably hate them right now, feel me? I would too. But yeah, now that they're in this position and they're about to face the reigning champion Denver Nuggets, a team that beat them in a gentleman's sweep of 5 games just last year, I know a lot of people out there probably believe their season will end in the second round. Most sportsbooks and betting platforms out there have got the Nuggets as the favorites, even if the odds aren't all that different. However, in today's video, we're going to get into not only why the T-Wolves could knock off the Nuggets, but also how they could achieve this. So yeah, y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments. What do y'all think about their chances versus Denver? Can Anthony Edwards lead them to another series win? Why or why not? And yeah, man, really quick before I go any further, what's up YouTube? Plug Speaks back with another video. If you're new, first of all, welcome. Go ahead and sub. Also like the video if you enjoy. I upload quality basketball content, and we're on the ground for 5K, so I would most def appreciate it. But back to the video. Alright, so let me go ahead and say, anyone who doesn't think this Timberwolves Nuggets series is going to be a 6 or 7 game series is bugging, because I know it was a 5-game series last year, but as we'll discuss in this video, they match up better this time around. They split the regular season series at 2-2, and I know that doesn't always mean much. However, in this case, I believe it does, because at this point, we all know what the Denver Nuggets bring in terms of firepower. They're the reigning champs, arguably led by the league's best player in Jokic, who doesn't even really do basketball full time. If it was his world, he would be horse racing damn near 24/7. But I'm telling y'all, do not count out Minnesota, because first off, I gotta admit, although Anthony Edwards is hooping, he's not even the main reason I think the Timberwolves have a chance at success in this series. And that's because when they lost in 5 games, it's not like Ant was a no-show or starstruck by Joker or anything. Man was averaging 30. Man was hooping. So although he's been playing lights out, and he's gonna need to continue to play lights out, him putting up a beastie performance in this series probably won't be enough. I mean, come on now. In the sweep versus Suns, this man averaged 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists on 51% shooting from the field and 43% from deep. Ridiculous. And considering Ant's matchup for this series is probably going to be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, that's going to be chicken dinner, feel me? No, I'm not saying KCP plays no defense, but I don't see him slowing down the scorching hot Anthony Edwards. So yeah, I say all this to say, it's going to be about more than Ant in this series. It's about what they were missing last year. So let's go ahead and address some things that failed this team last season. For one, bro, Cat was not hooping like Cat. You see, one of the main praises that Cat receives for his game is the fact that he's arguably the league's best shooting big man, and damn near one of the best shooting big men in NBA history. He's got a clip. He has a career average of 40% shooting from deep on 4 attempts per game. Not many 7-footers can do this, and I'm sure this isn't new information for anyone watching, so I'm not going to linger on this point too long, but I'll bring this up because versus the Nuggets last year, Cat averaged 18 points on mediocre splits, including 25% from 3. 25%. Come on, that's not the Cat that Minnesota fans know. And I don't believe he repeats this average performance now that the team has a chance for get back this year. But then another thing that failed Minnesota last season was really their defense. In 2023, they finished the season ranked 18th for NBA defenses. This year, they finished ranked number 1. I mean, they've basically hung their hats on defense all year. And it's not like they've switched up the strategies now that the playoffs are here. Look at the Suns series. They held the Suns to an average of 103 points a game, 13 less than the Suns' regular season average of 116. Mind you, they got KD, Beal, Devin Booker. We're talking about explosive scores. So clearly, man, the Timberwolves, they be strapping up. And this is something Denver must deal with. This isn't the Lakers, who actually had one of the worst NBA defenses. It's the polar opposite. And then beyond that, their offense is not to be slept on either. We know their starters can score, but a key success factor for the team is the fact that they have some solid bench pieces as well. And I know the Nuggets have a reliable bench too, but damn, let me hype up the T-Wolves for just a second. Because again, the starting lineup speaks for itself, right? Between the twin towers of Cat and Gobert and everyone else, we know they're capable. But players like Naz Reid and Nick Alexander-Walker specifically are players that could be sneaky as potential X factors in what should be a long series. Naz Reid ain't play amazing versus Phoenix, but as a player, man, he's shown he's more than capable. He only averages about 24 minutes per game. And yet, tell me why this man dropped 6 threes twice in the month of April. This is a 6'9" center. How many players are really doing that? And then Nick is the type of player that, man, he just adds insult to injury. He dropped 4 threes twice in the Sun sweep, and in both of those games, they finished as blowouts. So based on that alone, chances are when he's hitting, it's usually because the T-Wolves are sharing the ball, making good reads on offense, and really just playing winning basketball. You might get blown out. And when I think about these scenarios in which the T-Wolves just be clicking on all cylinders, I mean, I can't help but imagine the real possibility of them pulling off an upset versus the Denver Nuggets. I'm not saying it'll be easy though. Definitely not. I think I'm being mostly objective. And one thing about the Denver Nuggets that I gotta respect is the fact that their championship pedigree, it shows. Like, their experience shows. Like, bruh, if I'm not mistaken, they were down at halftime in every single game versus the Lakers. Every one of the 5 games. And yet they only failed to come back and win in one of them. That's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't just say they're a second half team, but they definitely turn it up after halftime. And the clutch abilities of Jamal Murray cannot be ignored. It's unreal to have 2 game winners in the playoffs, let alone the same playoff series, with one of them being a buzzer beater. And now that he's able to get some rest on his calf after ending the Lakers series early, he'll hopefully be healthy and ready to go. And yeah, the fact that the Nuggets have explosive guys like Michael Porter Jr., who just averaged 23 points versus the Lakers for no reason, I mean, that's definitely something to fear if you're Minnesota. But then again, considering his matchup is Jaden McDaniels, who is no one to laugh at, things could be interesting. And tried to warn us. Other team could have KD, but they got Jaden McDaniels. So nah, but in all seriousness, I'm fixing to wrap this video up, y'all. Long story short, I can't wait to watch this series. Hopefully it does end up being a 7-game thriller, 6 games at the least, because the potential is for sure there. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe it's a good matchup? Why not? Will the Nuggets thrash Minnesota again, or will things be different this year? And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all watching. Like the sub, share it, sub if new, all of that. I'll see you on the next one, and I'm out.